Have you ever met someone who speaks so little, yet their words seem to weigh more than 1,000 others? Some people fill the air with noise, hoping to be heard, while the truly wise speak only when necessary, and their words linger long after they've finished. In a world drowning in endless chatter, where opinions are shouted but rarely understood, the ability to say less yet mean more is a rare and powerful skill. The Stoics knew this well. They believed that speech, like action, should be deliberate, never wasted, never reckless. Every word should serve a purpose, just as a sculptor removes the unnecessary to reveal the masterpiece beneath. Imagine walking into a room and commanding attention, not with volume, but with presence. Imagine making an impact, not by saying more, but by speaking with such clarity and intention that people stop to listen. The greatest leaders, thinkers, and philosophers throughout history understood this. True influence isn't about speaking often, but about speaking wisely. So, how do you cut through the noise? How do you choose words that carry weight, that inspire, that truly connect? Today, we're exploring the power of restraint in speech, how to communicate with precision, purpose, and lasting impact. Stay with me, because sometimes the most important thing you can say is nothing at all. Chapter 1: The Science of Silence. In a world addicted to noise, where constant chatter fills every empty space, silence may seem like a weakness. But in reality, it is one of the greatest tools of the wise. The Stoics understood this well. Silence is not just the absence of words. It is a space where meaning is forged, where the weight of what is unspoken carries more power than empty speech. Think of a skilled orator. It's not just their words that captivate, but the pauses between them, the quiet moments that draw you in, demanding your attention. Imagine a leader standing before a restless crowd. Instead of rushing into speech, they pause, letting the weight of the moment settle. The room grows still. Then, when they finally speak, every word lands with impact. Silence, when used intentionally, commands respect. Psychologically, silence allows both speaker and listener to process thoughts more deeply, creating a stronger connection. Emotionally, it radiates confidence, control, and presence. When you resist the urge to fill every gap with words, you create anticipation. Your message becomes sharper, your voice more powerful. Silence is also a shield. How often have words spoken in haste led to regret? A pause before responding gives you the power to choose your words with care, to ensure they serve a purpose rather than simply filling space. In conversations, silence invites others to speak, making them feel valued, because true connection isn't just about being heard, but about listening. Mastering the science of silence is more than a communication skill. It is a philosophy of presence. When you learn to wield silence, you don't just speak. You leave an impression that lingers long after the words have faded. Chapter 2: Less is More, the Art of Precision. In an age of endless noise where words are thrown around carelessly, the ability to speak with precision is a rare and powerful skill. The Stoics believed that clarity and brevity were marks of wisdom. Why use 10 words when 5 will do? The strongest messages are not the longest, but the most deliberate. Too often we mistake excess for effectiveness. We explain and re-explain, fearing that silence or simplicity will make us seem less knowledgeable. But the opposite is true. Over-explaining dilutes your message, while precision sharpens it. A well-crafted sentence carries more weight than a paragraph filled with unnecessary details. When every word serves a purpose, your speech becomes clearer, your presence stronger. Think of a master sculptor. They do not add more clay to create beauty. They chip away the excess, revealing what truly matters. The same applies to speech. Refining, not adding, is the key. When you remove the clutter from your words, what remains is impact. Speaking with precision is not about saying less for the sake of it. It's about making every word count. It shows confidence, authority, and respect for the listener's time. When you get to the heart of the matter without distraction, people don't just hear you, they remember you. Mastering this art will transform the way you communicate, whether in conversations, presentations, or writing. The power of your voice is not in how much you say, but in how intentionally you say it. Chapter 3. Listening to speak better. True wisdom is not found in speaking endlessly, but in knowing when to listen. The Stoics understood that before you can speak with impact, you must first learn to hear with intent. Great communicators are not those who dominate the conversation, but those who absorb, reflect, and then respond with clarity. Listening is more than waiting for your turn to talk. It is an act of presence, a silent discipline. When you truly listen, you step out of your own mind and into the world of another. You notice more than just words. You sense tone, observe body language, and recognize the emotions beneath the surface. In doing so, you create an environment of trust, where people feel heard, valued, and understood. Consider a skilled negotiator. Their power doesn't come from speaking first or speaking most. It comes from listening so deeply that when they finally respond, their words carry precision and weight. When you listen with full attention, you gain insights that allow you to craft responses that resonate rather than react impulsively. A well-timed pause, a thoughtful observation. These are the marks of someone who speaks with purpose. Moreover, listening fosters connection. It invites richer conversations, deeper relationships, and more meaningful exchanges. When people feel heard, they become more open to hearing you in return. The more you listen, the more powerful your words become. Because when you speak, it will no longer be just opinion. It will be understanding. And understanding is what truly moves people. Chapter 4. The weight of every word. Words are not merely sounds. They carry weight, shape perceptions, and leave lasting impressions. The Stoics believed that speech, like action, should be measured and intentional. In a world where words are often spoken carelessly, mastering the power of deliberate speech can set you apart. Every word you choose has the potential to inspire, guide, or harm. Before speaking, ask yourself, does this align with my values? Does it serve a purpose? Words should not be used to simply fill silence or prove knowledge. Instead, they should be precise, honest, and meaningful. When you strip away excess and focus only on what truly matters, your speech becomes more powerful, more memorable. Consider a master swordsman. Every strike is calculated, every movement intentional. Speech should be the same. When you speak only when necessary and choose your words with care, they gain gravity. People listen more closely, not because you say much, but because what you do say carries meaning. Beyond the words themselves, tone and delivery shape their impact. A well-placed pause, a shift in tone, a deliberate pace. These subtle choices determine how your message is received. Words alone are not enough. It is the way they are spoken that gives them life. To master the weight of every word is to recognize that true communication is not about speaking often, but about speaking wisely. Say only what is necessary, and when you do, let every word count. Chapter 5. Mastering Nonverbal Communication. Words hold power, but they are only part of the story. The way you carry yourself, the expressions on your face, and the tone of your voice often speak louder than anything you say. The Stoics understood this well. True influence comes not just from speech, but from presence. Every movement you make sends a message. Your posture, eye contact, and gestures shape how your words are received. Crossed arms may signal defensiveness, while an open stance conveys confidence. A firm but relaxed posture commands respect without arrogance. When your body aligns with your words, your message gains authenticity and strength. Eye contact is one of the most powerful tools of connection. A steady gaze signals attentiveness, trust, and authority. Too little, and you seem unsure. Too much, and it can feel confrontational. The key is balance. Engage naturally, as if truly seeing the person in front of you. Facial expressions, too, shape the meaning of your words. A calm, composed face reinforces credibility, while a subtle smile invites warmth. Even the slightest shift in expression can alter perception. Awareness of this allows you to communicate with intention, ensuring your emotions and words are in harmony. Gestures can add depth to your speech. Used wisely, they emphasize key points and make your message more memorable, but excess weakens their effect. Like speech itself, non-verbal cues should be deliberate, not wasted. Even silence when paired with presence can be powerful. By observing others, their posture, their expressions, you gain insight, allowing you to respond with wisdom rather than impulse. Mastering non-verbal communication is about more than body language. It is about commanding presence without force. When your words, tone, and movement align, you don't just communicate. You lead, influence, and leave a lasting impression. Chapter 6. Influence through curiosity. True influence is not always found in what you say, but in the questions you ask. The Stoics understood that wisdom begins with curiosity, an openness to seeing the world beyond one's own perspective. By asking the right questions at the right time, you shift from merely speaking to truly connecting, guiding conversations in ways that inspire thought and change. Genuine curiosity creates an atmosphere of trust and engagement. When you ask meaningful questions, you signal that the other person's thoughts matter, that their insights are valued. This simple act deepens relationships and fosters collaboration because people are drawn to those who listen with intent rather than just waiting for their turn to speak. By focusing on curiosity rather than control, you create space for others to express themselves fully. Instead of dominating a discussion, you guide it, allowing ideas to unfold naturally. This makes people feel heard, one of the most powerful ways to build influence. When people feel listened to, they, in turn, become more open to hearing you. Curiosity also fuels problem-solving. Open-ended questions like, "What if we looked at this differently?" or "How might we improve this?" spark creativity and encourage deeper thinking. The ability to ask thought-provoking questions can lead to breakthroughs, shifting perspectives that might otherwise remain rigid. In difficult conversations, curiosity transforms conflict into understanding. Instead of debating to win, ask, "Can you help me understand your perspective?" This simple shift turns a confrontation into a dialogue, diffusing tension and paving the way for resolution. Mastering the art of influence through curiosity means embracing the wisdom of inquiry over the impulse to instruct. The more you seek to understand, the more powerful your voice becomes, not through volume, but through depth. Chapter 7. The silence between the words. In conversation, we often focus on what is said, yet the pauses in between hold just as much power. The Stoics understood that silence is not an absence, but a presence, a force that allows words to breathe, thoughts to settle, and meaning to deepen. A well-placed pause invites reflection. It gives the listener time to absorb, to consider, to engage. Rather than rushing to fill every moment with speech, silence allows your words to linger, making them more impactful. In the hands of a skilled communicator, silence is not empty. It is charged with intention. Silence creates anticipation. When you pause before delivering a key point, the listener leans in, drawn by the weight of what is about to be said. This simple technique keeps your audience engaged, ensuring that your message lands with full force. In moments of tension, silence is a tool of clarity. Instead of reacting impulsively, pausing allows you to choose your words with purpose. In conflict, a moment of quiet can diffuse emotion, shifting the tone from confrontation to understanding. Silence grants space for wisdom to emerge. Confidence is often measured not by how much you say, but by how comfortable you are in the absence of words. Those who can hold silence with ease project authority and composure. They speak not out of insecurity, but with deliberation, knowing that sometimes saying nothing speaks the loudest. Mastering the silence between words transforms how you communicate. It is the art of restraint, the discipline of presence. When you learn to embrace silence, your words no longer compete for attention. They command it. Chapter 8. Speaking with purpose. Aligning your words with your values. True power in communication does not come from speaking more, but from speaking with intention. The Stoics believed that words, like actions, should reflect one's core values, used not to impress, but to express what truly matters. When your words are aligned with your beliefs, they carry authenticity and conviction, making them far more impactful. Speaking with purpose means every word serves a function. It's not about filling silence, but ensuring that what you say is meaningful. Before you speak, ask yourself, what is my intention? Am I here to inform, to inspire, to persuade? When you clarify your purpose, your message becomes sharper, your delivery more confident, and your impact greater. In a world overflowing with noise and empty rhetoric, purposeful speech cuts through the clutter. It is focused, clear, and direct. Instead of speaking for the sake of being heard, you choose your words wisely, ensuring they carry weight. This clarity not only strengthens your message, but also earns the trust of those who listen. People respect and remember those who speak with authenticity, because sincerity is rare in a world of performative speech. Aligning your words with your values also builds resilience. When faced with criticism or disagreement, it is easier to stand firm when your speech is rooted in principles rather than fleeting opinions. You do not need to defend empty words or scramble to justify half-truths. Your confidence comes from knowing that what you say reflects who you truly are. This is especially crucial in leadership, where conviction and consistency are essential for influence. Purposeful speech is a powerful tool for inspiring action. People are drawn to those who communicate with clarity and confidence, as it signals both leadership and integrity. Whether you're presenting an idea, motivating a team, or having a meaningful conversation, speaking with purpose ensures that your words leave a lasting impression. Yet, speaking with purpose is not just about what you say, it's also about how well you listen. Meaningful communication is a two-way street. By truly listening, you gain a deeper understanding of others' thoughts, needs, and concerns. This awareness allows you to shape your words in a way that resonates with them, making your message more effective. Another mark of purposeful communication is simplicity. The more aligned your words are with your values, the more you focus on what truly matters. You eliminate unnecessary jargon, filler words, and distractions, ensuring that your message is clear and accessible. The ability to distill complex ideas into concise, impactful language is an essential skill, particularly in leadership and persuasion. The effects of speaking with purpose extend far beyond a single conversation. Words spoken with authenticity have a way of lingering, influencing thoughts, and inspiring future action. When people see that your words reflect your values, they are more likely to trust, respect, and follow your lead. Speaking with purpose also means using your voice as a force for positive change. Whether advocating for a cause, guiding a team, or offering encouragement, purposeful speech has the power to uplift, motivate, and drive action. Words, when used with intention, can shift perspectives, challenge assumptions, and inspire growth, not just in others, but in yourself. To master this art, slow down, reflect before you speak. Align your words with your values. When you do, you will find that your speech is not only more effective, but more meaningful. In a world full of noise, those who speak with purpose will always be the ones who are truly heard. Chapter 9. The Power of Silence in Leadership. Leadership is often associated with speaking boldly, making decisions, and taking charge. But the most effective leaders understand that true power lies not just in what they say, but in what they choose not to say. The Stoics taught that silence is not weakness, it is wisdom in practice. A leader who masters silence creates space for deeper thought, better decisions, and stronger connections. One of the greatest strengths of silence in leadership is the ability to listen, not just to hear, but to truly understand. A leader who listens attentively without rushing to respond fosters trust and respect. When you allow others to speak without interruption, you signal that their voice matters. This builds confidence within a team and encourages a culture of open communication and collaboration. Silence also cultivates reflection. In a world that demands instant reactions, a leader who pauses before responding demonstrates thoughtfulness and control. Instead of reacting impulsively, you allow yourself the space to process information, weigh different perspectives, and make decisions with clarity. This practice not only leads to better outcomes, but also reassures those around you that your choices are deliberate and well considered. In moments of tension or crisis, silence becomes a stabilizing force. When a leader remains calm and composed, resisting the urge to fill every gap with words, they project confidence and reassurance. Their presence alone can steady a team, providing clarity amid uncertainty. Silence allows emotions to settle, preventing hasty words that might escalate conflict or cause regret. Great leaders also use silence as a tool for influence. A well-placed pause after a key statement draws attention and creates anticipation. In negotiations, silence after presenting a proposal can shift the power dynamic, compelling the other party to reveal their thoughts first. This strategic use of silence gives leaders an advantage, allowing them to gather information before responding. Beyond influence, silence fosters accountability. Instead of always providing answers, a leader who allows silence after a question encourages others to think independently. This approach empowers a team to take ownership of their decisions rather than relying on constant direction. When people are given space to reflect, they grow into better problem solvers and more confident decision makers. Silence is also a boundary-setting tool. In meetings or discussions, a leader who remains silent in the face of unnecessary chatter or disrespectful behavior commands attention without confrontation. A pause can signal authority just as effectively as words, sometimes even more so. To master silence in leadership is to master presence. It is the discipline of knowing when to speak and when to let stillness do the work. It is about leading not just with words but with thoughtfulness, restraint, and intention. When used wisely, silence is not an absence, it is a force. And in the hands of a great leader, it becomes one of the most powerful tools of influence, respect, and clarity. Chapter 10. The Silence of Impact: Transforming Your Communication. Silence is not the absence of sound, it is the presence of power. As you've learned throughout this journey, mastering silence can elevate your communication, deepen your connections, and make your words unforgettable. The Stoics understood that silence is not empty. It is a force that amplifies meaning, allowing your words to carry more weight. In a world overflowing with noise, silence cuts through the clutter. By pausing, you create space for your message to settle, giving others the chance to absorb and reflect. When used with intention, silence strengthens the clarity and resonance of your words, making them more impactful and memorable. Instead of speaking more, you speak better, with precision, purpose, and depth. Silence transforms not only what you say, but how you connect with others. By embracing pauses, you invite people into the conversation, making them feel valued and heard. When you resist the urge to fill every moment with speech, you create an environment where true dialogue can flourish. This balance between speaking and silence fosters trust, mutual respect, and deeper relationships, whether in personal, professional, or public settings. A well-placed silence also sharpens your thoughts. When you slow down and pause before speaking, you gain clarity, ensuring your words are deliberate rather than reactive. In contrast, speaking too quickly can dilute your message and overwhelm your audience. By embracing silence, you refine your ideas, strip away the unnecessary, and communicate with greater impact. Beyond words, silence speaks volumes. It conveys emotion, presence, and understanding in ways that language cannot always capture. A thoughtful pause after a difficult statement can express empathy. A moment of stillness can show respect. Sometimes, saying nothing at all is the most powerful response. Silence is also a mark of confidence. Those who master it project authority, composure, and credibility. In leadership, influence, and negotiation, silence is a tool of control. It shapes the rhythm of conversations, compels others to listen, and commands attention. A leader who speaks with well-placed pauses demonstrates thoughtfulness, making their words more persuasive and their presence more commanding. Emotional intelligence is closely tied to silence. In high-pressure situations, silence provides a buffer between thought and reaction. It prevents impulsive responses that may lead to regret, allowing for a more measured, thoughtful reply. In moments of conflict, silence can de-escalate tension, giving space for emotions to settle and for solutions to emerge. In group settings, silence empowers others to speak. When you pause after asking a question, you create room for reflection, encouraging even the quietest voices to contribute. This fosters inclusivity, collaboration, and richer discussions. People are more likely to engage when they feel their thoughts are not being rushed or dismissed. The power of silence extends beyond formal settings. It transforms everyday communication, whether in casual conversations, difficult discussions, or moments of reflection. By speaking less and listening more, you create deeper, more meaningful connections. Silence is not a void. It is a presence that enhances every aspect of your communication. To master silence is to master the art of influence. It allows your words to not only be heard, but felt. Not just spoken, but remembered. The greatest communicators are not those who speak the most, but those who understand the power of saying less. When you wield silence with intention, you don't just communicate, you leave an impact that lingers long after the words have faded. Chapter 11. Silence in the Digital Age, the Art of Saying Less Online. In a world of constant notifications, endless scrolling and instant communication, silence can feel almost unnatural. The digital age has created an expectation of constant availability, always responding, always engaging, always speaking. Yet, in this era of information overload, the ability to embrace silence online is more powerful than ever. Knowing when not to speak, when to step back, and when to simply observe can transform your digital presence, protect your well-being, and allow you to communicate with greater clarity and intention. We are bombarded with content at every moment: social media posts, emails, texts, and breaking news. This relentless stream of information can leave us feeling overwhelmed, drained, and even powerless. But silence in the digital age is not about withdrawing from technology. It is about using it with purpose. It means making deliberate choices about when to engage, when to listen, and when to remain silent. One of the most effective ways to harness silence online is through mindful consumption. Instead of endlessly scrolling or reacting to every update, silence allows you to filter out the noise and focus on what truly matters. Choosing not to engage with every piece of content is an act of self-discipline, a way to protect your mental clarity and emotional energy. In this way, silence becomes a form of self-care, helping you detach from digital distractions and reclaim control over your attention. On social media, silence can be a powerful tool for peace of mind. These platforms thrive on engagement, encouraging instant reactions and participation in every trending debate. But not every conversation demands your voice. Choosing not to respond, not to argue, and not to constantly prove your point can save you from unnecessary stress, conflicts, and distractions. True confidence lies in knowing that silence can sometimes say more than words. Silence is also a tool for intentional communication. In a world where tone and nuance are often lost in text-based interactions, taking a pause before responding can prevent misunderstandings. Rather than rushing to reply to messages, emails, or online debates, a moment of silence allows you to craft thoughtful, meaningful responses. In professional settings, this practice not only enhances clarity, but also demonstrates patience, emotional intelligence, and confidence. Beyond personal interactions, silence can be a strategy for digital presence. In a world where everyone is constantly posting, those who speak less, but with more intention, stand out. Instead of feeling the pressure to produce content just to stay relevant, choosing to post less frequently, but with more meaning creates a stronger impact. Quality over quantity, depth over noise. This is the power of silence in digital communication. Another crucial aspect of silence in the digital age is its role in setting boundaries. Many feel the pressure to be constantly available, responding to every message instantly. But silence allows you to reclaim your time. Choosing when to engage and when to step away ensures that your online presence aligns with your personal priorities rather than being dictated by external demands. Silence is a way of protecting your peace. The ability to disconnect is just as important as knowing how to engage. Stepping away from the digital world, even briefly, allows you to reset, reflect, and focus on what truly matters. A short digital detox, moments of silence away from screens, can improve mental clarity, creativity, and overall well-being. Silence creates space for deeper thought, real-world connections, and personal growth. Mindfulness in the digital space is also enhanced through silence. By reducing distractions, resisting the urge to multitask, and practicing presence in conversations, you cultivate a more meaningful online experience. Whether in virtual meetings, digital discussions, or content consumption, choosing to focus fully on one thing at a time leads to deeper engagement and better decision-making. Silence in the digital world is not about disappearing. It is about engaging with greater intention. It is about resisting the impulse to react, choosing when to speak, and ensuring that your words carry weight. By mastering the art of silence online, you reclaim your voice, protect your mental space, and communicate with clarity in a world that never stops talking. Chapter 12. Silence in Leadership. Leading with fewer words. Leadership is often equated with speaking, delivering speeches, holding meetings, and offering constant direction. But the most effective leaders throughout history have understood a deeper truth. The power of leadership often lies in what is not said. Silence, when used intentionally, is not a sign of passivity but of strength. It fosters trust, sharpens decision-making, and creates space for others to contribute. By mastering the art of saying less, leaders can guide with greater clarity, purpose, and impact. One of the most powerful ways silence enhances leadership is through active listening. A great leader knows that to lead effectively, they must first understand the concerns, needs, and insights of their team. By resisting the urge to speak too soon or too often, they allow others to express themselves freely, creating an atmosphere of respect and trust. When people feel heard, they engage more fully, collaborate more openly, and take greater ownership of their roles. Silence also plays a critical role in decision-making. In a world that demands quick reactions, many leaders feel pressured to provide immediate answers. But hasty decisions often lack depth and foresight. Silence offers a moment to pause, reflect, and consider all perspectives before responding. A leader who takes time to think demonstrates wisdom, patience, and strategic thinking, qualities that inspire confidence in those they lead. Beyond decision-making, silence communicates authority and presence. A leader who can hold silence in a room without discomfort commands attention without demanding it. Composure in moments of uncertainty signals strength. When challenges arise, a leader's ability to remain calm and measured sets the tone for the entire team. Silence can project confidence and control, reinforcing the idea that leadership is not about reacting, it is about responding with intention. In conflict resolution, silence is a tool for de-escalation. When emotions run high, immediate words can escalate tensions. A leader who chooses silence in such moments allows space for emotions to settle, giving everyone involved the chance to regain clarity. This shift from reaction to reflection paves the way for more constructive, solution-focused discussions. Silence also empowers teams. Leaders who speak sparingly ensure that when they do speak, their words carry weight. Instead of offering constant guidance or micromanaging, they create an environment where team members think independently, solve problems, and develop their own leadership skills. This approach fosters a culture of accountability, innovation, and growth. A leader's ability to filter out noise also sets the tone for an organization. By choosing words carefully and eliminating unnecessary talk, they help their team focus on what truly matters. This clarity in communication reduces distractions, increases productivity, and ensures that every message serves a purpose. At its core, silence in leadership is about emotional intelligence and resilience. The pressures of leadership can be immense, but a leader who masters silence remains composed under stress. Their ability to pause rather than react impulsively creates a culture of stability, where challenges are met with thoughtful action rather than chaos. Finally, silence is a leader's tool for building trust and credibility. Words alone do not inspire trust, consistency does. Leaders who embrace silence allow their actions to speak for them. By speaking less but following through on commitments, they earn the respect of their team. In this way, silence becomes not just a form of communication, but a reflection of integrity. Leadership is not about saying more, it is about saying what matters. By using silence strategically, leaders create space for wisdom, trust, and meaningful dialogue. In the end, the most powerful leaders are not those who speak the loudest, but those who understand that true influence comes from the balance between words and silence. Throughout this journey, we've discovered that saying less isn't just about speaking fewer words. It's about embracing silence as a tool for clarity, presence, and deeper connection. In a world that rewards noise and constant engagement, silence stands as a quiet rebellion, a reminder that true impact comes not from how much we say, but from how intentionally we speak. By mastering the art of restraint, we become better listeners, more thoughtful communicators, and stronger leaders. Each pause, each moment of quiet reflection, allows our words to carry greater meaning. Whether it's choosing silence over unnecessary speech, giving others the space to express themselves, or simply allowing our thoughts to settle before we respond, every act of restraint strengthens our ability to connect with those around us. In our personal lives, silence fosters self-awareness, emotional balance, and a greater sense of purpose. In leadership, it cultivates trust, respect, and wisdom. And in the digital age, silence protects our focus, allowing us to engage more meaningfully rather than being consumed by endless noise. So as you move forward, remember, silence isn't a weakness, it's a source of strength. It's the mark of someone who understands the power of words and the impact of restraint. If this message resonated with you, let me know in the comments. How has silence shaped your communication? Don't forget to like, subscribe, and stay tuned for our next video, where we'll explore another powerful way to elevate your presence and influence. Until then, embrace the silence and let your words truly matter.